Good afternoon, welcome back to the workbench. This is a kind of a follow-up video to a previous one about the Panasonic home theatre system, the what was it, the SAPT460. So in that video I was troubleshooting that device and came to the conclusion it's most likely that the switch mode controller IC was bad. Just completely dead basically. Give it power and it did nothing. And so I had to order some more. Now the problem with this chip, this particular one here, I've got 5 of them here that I bought off AliExpress, but the original one is actually completely obsolete, of course. I believe that system is almost about 20 years old, so it's not really a surprise. This chip, the STR-X6768, is no longer produced by Sanken, which is the manufacturer of it. So these are actually all, despite claiming to be brand new on AliExpress, they're all actually second-hand used ones, which is not that big of a deal, but there are a couple of problems with that, which I'll just go into here. So basically this video is more about the risks and problems with buying parts online from random people, and you don't really know what you're going to get. So the first problem, of course, is the fact they just came in a plain plastic bag, not an anti-static bag, just a plain plastic one, which is, not very good for something that would be at least somewhat static sensitive. I mean, it has the integrated MOSFET, so the gate connection is going to be internal, but still, I mean, you don't really want to do that sort of thing. So unfortunately, some sellers don't bother with anti-static packaging, and some do. You don't really know which one's which until you buy from them if you've never used them before. A lot of them are good, a lot of them aren't, so that's the first problem. The second issue is more to do with, what actually are these chips. And yes, they are marked STR-X6768, but that doesn't prove much, because if you look up closely on these, you can tell that they've actually been remarked, and it's pretty easy to tell that. They're all sold, of course, as being brand new, but that's a lie. None of these chips could possibly be brand new because they're obsolete and out of production. All of these are used pulls. You can tell that by the fact that the leads are not all the same length, for example. And there are other signs too to do with that. But first of all, we can see that they're all marked exactly the same. There's no variation in the numbering. Even the batch code at the bottom, or date code, or whatever, is identical between all of them, and yet the packaging of these is not identical, which is amusing. So you can't really see it from this angle, but I'll get a close-up on that and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So before I look up closely at the ones I've bought, I just want to show a picture here online of what they are supposed to look like, basically. Of course, they show a genuine photo on the listing. This is not the one I bought, but it's very similar. You can see down the bottom there's like a little separate sort of space here where the model number and date code and everything is printed, and it's slightly recessed and it's smooth as opposed to the textured part of the rest of the chip housing. But if you look at the ones I got, you can see the difference. You can see they don't have that recess, that smooth part, and if you actually look in where that area would be, there are these sort of suspicious sort of horizontal lines that aren't present at the top of the chip, and that seems to be where they've sanded the original numbers off. And in fact, you can see how there's variation in the bottom edge there. There's kind of like a thicker part on some of these. Some of it's deeper, some of it's thicker, some of it's thinner. It looks like they've filed that whole part off and then possibly refilled it even with some sort of plastic there, and then remarked it with their own markings. And you also see there's sort of blemishes in the finish as well on some of these. Another telling thing is, for example, this one here does not have the 3 dots, the 3 sort of recessed dots on it. This one next to it obviously has 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom in the center. This one does not have that. They're very inconsistent with the actual visual aspect of this. Some of the holes are deeper. You can see the one in the middle is much deeper than the one to the left of it. Yeah, they're all over the place basically. And you might say to yourself, well, does that really matter? Is that really an issue? They are second-hand parts after all. You can't expect them to be perfect. And I mean, to be fair, yeah, these probably are genuine chips. I don't think they'd be fake. Yeah, they're pulls, but That's not necessarily a bad thing if they still work. You can tell they are, of course, because let me just see. You can tell they are, of course, because some of them have heatsink paste residue on them. Like this one here, for example, at the top there, they failed to clean that off. This one has some in one of these holes there. Basically, yeah, they're not new. If you look on the back side, for example, also that one there, bottom left little dot there, there's a bit of white stuff. So yeah, these are all definitely used. They're definitely pulls. They're not brand new, as the listing on AliExpress would suggest. But again, that doesn't really matter if they're genuine second-hand. I mean, that's not bad. It's better than an outright fake. But there is still a problem here, and I'll go and look at that back on the website. So if you notice here on the listing, we've got the STR-X6768, which is the one I've bought, the one that I need for the circuit. But there are also two other models you can buy as well, the STR-X6757 and the 6759. And these are obviously different chips, but they have the same pinout and packaging. You can see where this is going probably. Let's see, so for a start, we go and look at this one. This is the one that we have here, the STR-X6768. This is the N version of the datasheet, but looking here, we can start to see the main sort of difference. If we highlight this section and look there, we can see it has power output up to 200 watts at 230 volt AC input and 130 watts at universal input. And if we go to one of these other chips, for example, like the 6757, it claims to have 320 watt output at 230 volts AC and 210 watts at universal. So for a start, the wattage, the power handling of each of these is different. And we can see why, because the RDS on of the internal MOSFET is different. This one is almost half of the 6768 at 0.62 ohms. This one is 1 ohm. So yeah, these are probably might be the same die, might be the same design, but they might test the RDS on value and then just bin them as different grade parts of different power ratings. We have the 6759, this is 280 watts, so it's kind of in the middle between the other two. Well, 280 watts at 120 volt input. They don't even spec it at, or mention what its spec is at 240. It's even got a lower RDS on of 0.3 ohms. But these ones can do 650 volts, and this one can do 800. So yeah, there's a lot of differences between these three things, but they all have the exact same package. As you can see in the datasheet, they're all TO3P package. They all have the 7-pin package there. So yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the chips that I've got could literally be any of these three chips, and possibly there are other ones in this family as well. It does help, I guess. I'm lucky, obviously, in this case, because the one I have is in fact the lowest power version, so it's not like I need to worry about these being a lower power grade than what I actually need, because if anything they might be a higher power grade if they're actually secretly one of these, for example. But it's still an issue, you know, if you are looking for the higher power versions and you end up with a lower power version because they've just remarked a chip that looks basically the same. It's like, how do you know? And then we have an even bigger issue here. If we look at the product page for the 6768, down at the bottom here we have the different versions of it. So you have the B version, the F version, the N version, and we have these different features, burst operation and bottom skip, which I'm not sure what that is, but these features are different between different versions of the same chip. So again, how do you actually know what you've got? If we come back to the chips here, yes, they all have the exact same number written on them, but were they originally all that number to begin with? And that's the thing, we don't actually know. They could literally be anything. And there we go. That is the issue with these used, apparently new but clearly used parts from AliExpress. Do we trust the seller that they did take the STR-X6768? That all of these are exactly that chip and they were just rebadged to look new? kind of hard to trust, especially when these two, for example, the front looks completely different. This one has the 3 holes in it at the front there, and this one does not. Well, not holes, but the 3 little circles there. It looks like it's a completely different one. Even the mounting hole looks slightly bigger on this one than that one. So yeah, these two may not be the same chip inside, whereas these 4 might be, but they also might not be. So yeah, who knows? And of course, yeah, being used ones, clearly used, we don't know if they work or not. They could be just as dead as the one I'm trying to replace. And of course they could also be damaged by electrostatic discharge because they didn't use an anti-static bag. And so there we go. You can see why this kind of thing is a problem. We have multiple different versions of this chip, different power ratings. We have even multiple different versions of each power rating probably, that have different feature sets, and that gives probably about 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3, 12, probably at least 12 different variants that these could be, but they're all sold as this one particular chip, and of course you don't really know what you've got. So yeah, for something like this, the problem is definitely compounded when buying stuff. Obviously, if it's just a simple MOSFET, for example, there may not be as many variations or anything like that at all that you could worry about, but even so, they often take lower rated parts and rename them to be apparently something better. And so that's why I treat AliExpress as basically a last resort for buying components from, especially things like this. Basically, if you can get the part anywhere else, like DigiKey or Mouser or Farnell or whatever, a proper distributor, definitely go for that, even if it costs more, because it's far more likely to work and actually be genuine. These, we have literally no idea. They could be anything. They could be exactly what they say they are, or they could be something entirely different. We don't know. And they certainly aren't brand new, even though practically all the sellers will claim that they are, even though they're not. Unfortunately, sometimes you do have to resort to AliExpress and buy things like this, and it's not always bad. I mean, I have bought a bunch of stuff from there, and a lot of it has actually been fine, but a lot of those were sort of Chinese sourced parts, like from Chinese companies, and they're more likely to be genuine because, you know, they're from there. Stuff from other places is usually not. I did buy some Max 232 level shifters off there that just basically burnt out and went short when I tried to use them. They worked a little bit and then just went shorted. Completely useless, but other chips I've bought are fine. So it really is kind of a Chinese lucky dip, to be honest. You just don't know what you're going to find. Anyway, I will eventually try one of these out. I'll try all of them out. I don't know. We can do some tests. Maybe I'll electrically test them in a different video and just see, you know, we can compare readings, see if any of them are dead short, see if there's any strange variance between different pins and stuff, and probably put one in that power supply and see if it either works or explodes. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to talk about that. It is a problem with some parts. Not all of them. Some of them are fine, but some of them are like this and very, very questionable. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting. Hopefully that raised your awareness about some of the issues you can run into when buying parts like this from AliExpress, and hopefully you're in a better position to hopefully buy things from other places if you can, because I would highly recommend it. Unfortunately, with something like this, it's obsolete. You really don't have much choice sometimes. So anyway, hope that was interesting. Hopefully that was useful, and I'll see you next time.